need to account for the drawer joinery itself. Now, speaking of joinery, the first step in cutting a tongue and dado joint is to cut dados in all the side pieces. Now, I've already installed my 1/4-inch dado blade and set it to make a 1/4-inch deep cut. And I've positioned the rip fence to locate the outside edge of the dado blade to match the thickness of my drawer fronts and backs. Now, an easy way to set that without doing any measuring is to use one of the drawer fronts. Just set it up against the rip fence and make sure the outside edge of the dado blade is flush with the workpiece.
Here, put the
I've
cameras
also
down.
installed an auxiliary fence to my miter gauge to prevent chip out on the workpiece. Now, with everything set, I'm ready to start making my cuts.
Now he's starting to yawn.
Let's take a. Well, that takes care of the dado. I have one end of the side piece. Now all I need to do is flip the workpiece around and cut a dado at the other end. And then I'll repeat the process on the rest of the drawer sides. Well, that takes care of cutting the dados at the ends of all of the side pieces. Now, I'm ready for the next step in the joinery. And that's to cut a tongue on the ends of all the fronts and backs. Now, to do that, I'm going to cut a rabbet at the ends of all the pieces. To do that, I'm just going to use my 1/4-inch dado blade, and I buried it slightly in an auxiliary rip fence. That means I can use a test piece like this and sneak up on everything for a perfect fit. Well, that takes care of the tongue. I'm going to check the fit and see what things look like.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Well, that's a pretty good looking tongue and dado joint. Now, I'm ready to cut the tongues on the ends of all the fronts and backs. Well, that takes care of cutting tongues on the ends of all the fronts and backs. Now, there's one last step, and that's to cut a